women go to work and they are a Deborah. They are a boss. But they're dealing with things like you go home and you're a Hannah. You're on your knees crying out to God because you want to have a child.
Or you feel like you're not being seen or heard.
Yeah.
When I think about Deborah, I think about, her being strong and using her voice.
Yeah.
Right? She understood that she had one and she used it.
And so I put it in there and I talked about the stages of my life, right?
Yes, right.
And so it said, like you had to decide if you was gonna stay in your grief or trust God.
God will bring you to a place. And I think about such a time as this, like for her, right?
Yes.
She was born for such a time as this. You may not have known it your whole life.
Yeah.
But then when that time comes, like,
Hey,
guys.
Hey, you guys. Welcome to the Skittles&Clink
show.
Okay. We're still working on that.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I'm Skittles.
And I'm Clink.
It's so funny because we know who we are.
Yeah, we do.
You're right. Okay.
And you got to always start because you're first.
I know.
Yeah.
So you be waiting on
me. So I'll be like...
No, it's funny. You be like a little kid at like a Christmas pageant or Easter play. Like it's like your turn. Yes.
If you be looking at the paper, then looking at the paper.
I'm Skittles and she's Clink.
And I'm Clink. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes. On this Thursday night at 6.
Yes. Hopefully you guys liked last week's episode.
Mm-hmm. Behind the makeup.
Yeah. Super transparent
What's
moments.
Behind the makeup. Yeah.
Yeah.
You look pretty.
Thank you. I feel like you're starting to say that on every episode.
No. Because I don't. Okay. So.
Because I lost a couple pounds. You too.
No, it's because I don't get to see you. Like, the viewers don't know this, but we used to live close, so I would see you more often.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I see you only when we're getting ready to like get together to either study or record.
Yeah.
I see you over the phone. Like, I see you, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And so and typically, let's just be real, we're in our house clothes. Like,
yeah, that's true.
But it's rare that we get to dress up.
No makeup.
No makeup.
That's
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why. And it's nice to be told you look pretty.
I love it. Thank you.
Do. Anywho, you know what I wanted to mention too?
What?
I see that you remembered your cup.
I did. Oh my gosh, guys. So you hear us talking about
Ashley.
Right. Her Ashley, but it's our Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
If it's our Dr. Hines, it's our Ashley.
Okay, let me get my eyes together.
Okay. Our Ashley, she blessed us with these amazing cups.
Yeah.
Hydro Flask. And they have Skittles&Clink
on there.
Guys.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. And we're supposed to sit up here and stay hydrated behind these lights.
Yeah. Well, I like to drink water anyways.
I don't, but I've been working on that ever since Dr. Hines told me. The water gonna help fix my skin. It will. It really did do something for me because I've been trying to make sure now, friends,
water
that I drink 2 of these. And then I looked up and I was like, how many ounces is it? And Ashley told me it was 40.
I thought I said 40.
I thought we said 32.
No, you said 32. I'm like, I think that's 40.
It's 40. She confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked up how much water we supposed to drink in a day. It said 3 liters. And then I looked up what is 3 liters converted to ounces, and it said like 91. So I'm just 10 ounces shy, 11 from these. But I try to get through 2 of these a day now, friend. At least 2.
I can drink 1 in one setting.
Really?
Okay, remember when we was in Houston?
Yes.
Right. Did you see? Like, I'm like down in the water. Like, no, everywhere we go.
Because you would be like, drink your water. Why do you still have water? Yeah.
Like, I know this ain't the same water from last night.
Leave me alone.
Sure. Yeah, I love water.
You do. Right. Speaking of Houston, I still think about Prophetess.
Yeah.
Oh, such an amazing trip.
Hey, if you guys are in the Houston area, check out Elevate Ministry.
Yes. Yes. Definitely look up her church. Her and her husband are prophetess and pastor, look up their church. You will definitely be blessed.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then the Oracle Light Studios.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, where we were in. Yeah. The studio we recorded in.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And also the photographer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam. She was, oh my God. Her whole team is.
Yeah, her team is amazing.
Shout out to Princess. I cannot forget about Princess.
Aww.
Beautiful.
Come on, put it over here because I can't.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We love you, Princess.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Anywho,
because I'm sure she's watching us.
I hope so. I hope they're still keeping in touch.
Yeah.
So this episode, Freya, before we get into the name of it, you always come up with a bit of a challenge for me.
Oh.
You challenged me.
Okay.
So this episode is about women in the Bible.
Yes.
Which one are you?
Which one are you?
Which one are you?
Yeah.
We're gonna be very transparent. Well, I'll be transparent. I'm gonna say like my great Pastor Evans. When he say he'll group the prayer and then he'll double back and say yeah. So I'm gonna go to I
because it's easier to say, Lord, we need you. No, wait a minute, Lord, I need you. Yes.
So I'm gonna go back to I. So I kind of cheated and looked up who I was.
Yes.
I gave ChatGPT.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that.
I know, but because it's my description of me, it's my life, right? Like,
so and it's gonna tell you how much you use ChatGPT.
Yeah, it is. Hey, but okay, wait. So funny that we said that because let's talk about how everybody was dropping their picture to get their whole description. So we dropped our description to get who we are in the Bible.
In the Bible to see if it was like, if it made sense.
Yes. Yeah. So listen, all of you that did that challenge where you dropped your picture to see who you were and that ChatGPT tell you who you are.
Yes.
Because I fell victim to it too.
No, I listen, I'm gonna put mine on a cup.
But
I like mine.
So I'm challenging everybody to do that same thing and ask who you are as far as the woman in the Bible.
Yeah.
And figure out who you are in that sense. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'm definitely challenging you all to do that. So that's what I did when my friend said this would be a good episode about who we are in the Bible. And I remember it was so funny because you were in the process of getting your beautiful hair braided. And one of our friends was like, let me tell you who I think you would be, Bible.
Yeah.
When she started to describe who she saw me as, that woman in the Bible, I had never looked at her like
in that light. Right.
So when she did that, it made me want to know how ChatGPT saw me based on my previous and what I gave it as well, right? My description of myself.
Right.
But I say that to say about when she was doing your hair and she said, you know who I see you as, Bible? I never saw myself like that.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, it was Mary, Jesus' mother.
Jesus' mother.
Okay, so I never even, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I saw Jesus' mother as, and don't take it as just, but as you was the lady who had a baby as a virgin. Like you carried Jesus, the Messiah, the prophet, right?
Right.
But at the same time, that was the description.
Yeah.
But she went on to talk about like when he was dying and John and
when he did his first miracle.
Yeah.
And how she pushed him.
She was a purpose pusher.
Purpose pusher.
I think she called her a purpose pusher.
And then when he died on the cross, he put her in hands
of John.
And this is gonna be your son.
Yes. Yeah. And I was like, me?
Right.
I said, girl, I always saw myself as But it was so funny. So I'm saying that to say, you guys, look into the women of the Bible.
Yeah.
And put your description of your life.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So
in there.
And then we talked about the book that we read in the book club.
Yes.
Women of the Bible Speak.
Yes.
Women of the Bible Speak.
Yes. Yeah, you guys.
That was a was a good book.
Now let me tell you this. I was talking to Trish.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how we got on this topic.
Yeah.
And she said, I used to follow LaJava's book club.
Yeah.
And she said, girl, you don't know about Deborah? And I was like,
yes.
Who's Deborah?
Right.
And she went on to talk about like how Deborah's a judge and how Deborah was like a warrior and she was before her time and she was a boss and she had the men following her to put the thing together so they could
win the battle.
Okay, my bad. I'm gonna break it down in layman's terms.
Break it down in layman's terms.
Win the battle with what's his name, Barack? Right?
Yes.
You got to help me out there. Okay, you know you the Bible scholar.
Okay, come on.
And then it was another lady who actually drove the
Jael.
Yes. She ended up driving the thing into his temple and actually yes. Okay, so anyways, long story short, the moral of the story is we had to do some research to figure out who we were.
Yeah.
So when I dropped mine into okay, friend, come on now, because
so I think some of them we knew. I think with some of them we knew.
Okay, Esther.
Esther's the Ruth, the Hannah's,
I
didn't
know so much about Hannah, but I learned. Yeah,
but I'm saying there's some of them that we knew. We
Definitely.
just knew. We know
even if it's
story.
the surface, we know.
Yeah, we know their story.
True.
But then when you dig a little deeper and what it meant, what they meant, I don't know that I would, or I just off the top and say, oh, I'm this person, or I relate more to this person, right? And I think reading their story without us reading deeper into their story, it kind of brought it out a little bit like, wow, you know what? She was like that. And also, I think we talked about depending on what season you're in.
Yes.
Because you might be, there was a season where you might have been Ruth.
Yeah.
But then there was a season when you are,
Yeah.
And then even like in last week's episode, we talked about like who you are at your job.
Yes.
Versus who you are when you're at home, right? Yes. So at home, at work, you might be Deborah.
Yeah.
Every day, all day.
Yeah, you a boss.
You a whole boss, right?
Telling people what to do. Yeah. Running it. Yeah.
But then when you get home,
if
you
might be somebody else.
You might be somebody else, right?
Yeah. I didn't even think about it like that because it's so funny you said that because how many women go to work and they are a Deborah? Yeah. They are a boss. But they're dealing with things like you go home and you're a Hannah. You're on your knees crying out to God because you want to have a child.
Or you feel like you're not being seen or heard.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so that brings us to what ChatGPT told us.
Okay.
So it's funny you said what you said about in seasons.
Yes.
So when I did my ChatGPT, my description, mine actually broke down the different seasons.
Yes.
It gave me 2 women.
Okay.
One I knew, but then I didn't want to admit to her after 2 weeks ago when Prophetess said the Boaz because you ain't no Ruth, but maybe I ain't no Ruth. But wait, let me tell you about what it told me. So it told me that I'm Ruth.
Okay.
And listen, y'all, we're gonna need y'all to jump into chat and help your friend Bible. Her name is Zarephath. No, Zarephath.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know who Zarephath was.
Right.
Okay.
Tell us who she was, friend.
So she was the widow that what I learned that God, and I learned this because even ChatGPT, I be feeling like it's cheating sometimes, but I learned, listen, it comes from what you put in there, right? So I learned that she was the widow that God told Elijah to go and that would help him, that this widow was going to help Elijah.
Yeah.
And so it was in the middle of a famine, and she only had a little flour and a little oil. And she said that she was going to bake her bread with this little flour and little oil for her and her son. And basically she was almost saying it like they was going to die after that. Like we going to have this last piece of bread and we going to die.
Right.
But Elijah,
he was like, take care of me.
He told her, take care of him. Right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, because it didn't tell me like all of that when I was studying it or reading what it told me. But what it said was this was a woman that had to trust God or trust herself. And so when I gave it my description, it told me I was Ruth and
Zarephath.
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 And then it talked about why. It said, first it told me she was a woman that had to trust God
Yeah.
or trust herself. She had to make the decision.
So let's stop right there, right? Because how many times have we been put in those positions where we had to figure out if we were going to trust what God say or lean to our own understanding, and go based off of what we see.
Yeah.
Because what she saw was not enough.
It was enough for her and her son. They was gonna eat that bread, cake, and die. And so the funny thing about it is, LaJava, when I was reading it, mind you, this is my description, right? And I ain't gonna tell y'all what I put in there, but it was it's my truth.
It's your truth, right?
You know, and so I put it in there and I talked about the stages of my life, right?
Yes, right.
And so it said, like you had to decide if you was gonna stay in your grief or trust God.
That's good.
And then when it talked about Ruth, it talked about the loss of a husband.
Yeah.
It talked about still wanting and desiring life after that.
Yeah.
And how sometimes people who deal with grief, the world can expect you to stay in that.
Yeah.
And then some of that also too comes from the culture. You're a strong Black woman. So you stay there in that grief. That was your husband. That was your season.
Yes.
And you're not expected to want love again. You're not expected to want happiness again because you could be easily seen as just that person. So that's what my ChatGPT gave me.
And how dare somebody put that on you?
I know. But you know what, LaJava, it made so much sense.
Yeah.
It really did. It made a lot of sense. And then I have my paper. It was so interesting because it talked about when I gave it my description, I talked about the husband that I had.
Yeah.
So it talked about the covering, that he gave me and desiring to have that again.
Right.
And that even if you never get it, it's okay to have those desires.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. I was very amazed. And then it said that God didn't give her another husband like the first. He gave her a redeemer and someone who restored what was lost.
Yeah.
And so that was my Ruth.
Yeah.
But then when it talked about the Zarephath, it talked about mostly you having to make the decision to trust God. You got to choose. And so that was her story. She could have took that flour and that oil, baked that bread, gave it to her and her child.
Right.
And that was it.
But
because she gave it to him,
yeah,
she didn't go through the famine like everybody else.
Right.
She had more than enough bread and oil. Flour and oil. And that's what it talked about.
Yeah.
It says she had more than enough. So she could have chose the wrong decision.
Yeah. It's a choice.
It's a choice. That was mine. Who was yours, friend?
Girl. I had a couple of them, but I'm going to tell you, I had a couple of them. And that's, I think, why I said you identify with in that season.
Seasons,
Yeah. So there was seasons where, like I said, that, like when you're at work, you may have to be the Deborah, right? Where you take control and you lead with influence.
Yes.
So it identified me as being, partially Deborah. Leading with influence. Because I think I have that ability to be influential to some.
A lot.
Women mainly. Because
A
I
lot
can
of women.
relate to sometimes.
A lot.
Let me tell you what you ain't gonna do.
Okay.
So it did talk a little bit about Deborah and being able to relate to her. I think the one that I dug into was Esther.
So were you surprised about the Esther?
I wasn't surprised. I think especially in my now season.
Okay. Were you surprised about the Deborah?
I think I have those leadership capabilities. I mean, I'm a boss at work.
Not just at work.
But I am a boss at work.
But not just at work.
But yeah, but I get it. Like I definitely, and here, okay, so here's the thing. This is what got me. And I think it's everything around the voice.
The voice.
And using your voice for such a time as this.
Yes.
That's the Esther, right? Using your voice for such a time as this. When I think about Deborah, I think about, her being strong and using her voice.
Yeah.
Right? She understood that she had one and she used it.
And she understood the assignment.
But then also there was Esther, who maybe in the beginning didn't know she had a voice.
Yes.
Right? Until she was placed in a position where she had to use her voice.
Yeah, for her people.
For her people.
For her people.
But more so, like, I'm thinking about, she didn't have to fight.
No.
Right. So what I'm saying
like
is,
a peaceful way.
Right. But I'm saying she didn't have to fight. She didn't have to yell. She didn't have to argue. No. She just had to use the voice that God gave her. And so for me, I think that hit home because I got a prophecy about your voice. God is making room for your voice.
Yeah.
Right. And so this year, my whole thing has been, okay, God, what do you want me to say? Right. And so when I got hit with Esther, I'm like, okay, because when she went before the king, it was like she had to fast and pray. And okay, wait a minute, let me think this thing out. Let me be strategic.
Yeah.
Because what do you want me to say when I go to the king? Because the reality is, one wrong thing she could have said and he would have been like, to death take your head off. Yes. Right? Because you couldn't just be coming up before the king, wife or not.
Yeah.
Right? You just couldn't be coming up before him. So it was like she had to be strategic about it.
Yeah.
And so in this season, right, that I'm in, I'm like, okay, God, what do you want me to say? What do you gave me this voice. What do you want me to use it for? And so even when we think about this podcast, y'all, right? Using your voice.
Yeah.
Using your voice to say, what it is that God wants you to say. But okay, so back to Esther. So she used her voice, but she may not have known that that was something that she was going to do because what? You want me to be strong and courageous? You want me to, so there could have been like some maybe hesitation, right?
I'm sure.
Some fear, right? But she too had to make a choice. Am I going to save my people or am I going to save me?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so it's the compassion for other
people. Yeah.
The compassion for other people. So I can relate to that. The compassion that I have for other people.
Yeah.
If I had, what we say last week, if I had $1.
Oh, yes.
But if I had
every
$1
time I said I'm okay.
Every time I said okay. If I had $1 for every time I had compassion on somebody and extended myself, and sometimes overextended myself.
Yeah.
But it's just who I am, right? And so I can relate to that when it comes to Esther.
And I think too, hearing you talk about Esther, like I could totally see that for you. Because another thing is too, is like she had already become the queen, right?
Yeah.
And so it was like, I think it was her uncle.
Yeah, Mordecai.
That they were trying to kill.
Yeah, her uncle. So
because he wouldn't do something.
So she was raised a Jew. She was an orphan, and she was raised by her uncle, right? And so Haman, which was one of the king's,
friends. Just kidding.
Yes.
He kind of had it out for him.
But he had a high position, right? And so he had the king's ear.
Yeah.
He had the king's ear.
Yes.
And so when he shared what it is that he was plotting and what he wanted to do, which was kill the Jews, right? Then Mordecai came and told her. And he was like, listen, this is what you got to do.
Yeah.
So she had to make a decision. Am I going to save my people or am I going to, save myself? Because the reality is she was
the queen, right?
Yeah, she was already in the palace.
True.
And so she had to make a decision. And it could have cost her her life.
Her life.
Right?
Yeah.
But I guess my thing was she used her voice. She used her voice.
She did. She did. She definitely did.
To make the difference. And sometimes that can be intimidated in itself because are you saying the right thing? Is what you're saying going to make a difference? But Sometimes we can believe in ourselves, but we doubt our voice.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're in a position, and I think, wherever that doubt comes from, whether it's because maybe somebody spoke to you in a way that made you doubt your voice, or maybe you talked yourself out of the voice that God has given you.
Yeah.
But God will bring you to a place. And I think about such a time as this, like for her, right?
Yes.
She was born for such a time as this. You may not have known it your whole life.
Yeah.
But then when that time comes,
But isn't that interesting? Because isn't that like kind of like her story, actually? It was like something happened to the previous queen.
Yeah. Vashti.
Yes. I can't think of her name.
Yes.
But
so the king called for her. He wanted her to come and do a little dance, and she was like, no. And so he got rid of her.
Because she the queen.
Yeah, because she the queen.
Yeah.
But he got rid of her.
He got rid of
But
her.
but the thing is, like, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And so I think when it comes down to our lives, like in your life, what is the purpose for where you at right now?
That's what I was trying to say.
What's the purpose? Okay, it had to happen like that so that it can happen like this.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting at. Because, okay, Esther wasn't what was told to me, but Esther's always been one of my favorite stories.
Okay.
And I think I've told you this before. And so that was the thing that I was trying to say. So when you called and you were like, it said Esther, I'm like, I already knew that because I put yours in there. At least my description of you in there. But it was so funny because I even looked at it and was like, Esther. But it was interesting because I thought about the queen that was there. And I thought about like something had to transpire for her voice, for all of this to happen.
For Esther's voice to become
even able to get to his ear to save her people.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorite books, Yeah. What else did it tell you about Esther? Or yourself, I should say.
So then it kind of hit on, and we won't spend too much time here, but but it also related me to Abigail, which was a wise peacemaker. And I won't hit on her story too much.
Yeah.
But she definitely used wisdom in her actions.
Yeah.
In the way that she moved. And I think.
Oh, so it gave you 2.
It gave me a couple. It gave me more than 2.
How many it gave you?
It gave me 4.
Oh, wow.
Right. And so I shared 3, which was Esther,
Abigail, and Deborah.
Okay. Right. I'll just share those 3. Because that 4th one, I will really have to do some explaining.
It's so funny.
But it made sense to me, right? It made sense to me.
Yes.
But I think in all of these women, I guess, like I said, it goes back to depending on the season that you're in.
Yes.
You can relate to them. I guess for Abigail, using wisdom in your actions, using wisdom in, making a quick decision to save your life. She had to do the same thing.
Yes.
Make a decision. And make a move to save her life and her family. The same thing with Esther. She had to make a quick move and a decision. But in all this, she trusted in God, right? Yeah. And so I think for me, regardless, like whatever season that I find myself in, I just need to be able to trust in God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny you said that because when you were sitting there and you were talking, I started to think about and just quickly my mind kind of went off and I thought about why did it give me these 2? And then I wrote down when I started to look at them, they were both widows. But the description that I gave it about myself, you're right. It was the season of like grief and the season of now after the grief, what do we do?
Yeah.
But when you said that, I think what I realize is both of these women had something in common because we always talk about Boaz, right? And I don't even want to talk about Boaz after the 2 episodes where Prophetess was like the Boaz and the Ruth.
Yeah.
But what I want to talk about is they both had to trust.
Yeah.
Because Naomi told Ruth, go to your people.
Go to your people.
Go to your
She
people.
was like, nah.
I'm going with you.
Your God gonna be
my God.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started to read it, like skip the man part, right? But the part of like, nah, like who you serve, I want to serve.
Yeah.
Your God gonna be my God.
Because I see something in you.
Yes. And not only that, I don't have no covering no more.
Yeah.
And how about you've been through this? Because she lost her husband.
Too.
She didn't just lose her kids.
Yeah.
She lost her husband.
Right.
So we talked last week about you're overcome by
the words of your testimony.
The words of your testimony.
And the blood of the Lamb.
And the blood of the Lamb. So could it been that Ruth saw something in her to be like, yeah, if you can get through this, I can too.
Yeah.
I'm a trust.
I believe that.
Right?
I believe it.
So when I started looking at why ChatGPT give me these two women, because it only gave me two.
Okay.
I realized that it was mostly the trust factor.
Yeah.
It was, and maybe because of the description of me, maybe ChatGPT, I have a hard time trusting.
Yeah.
I second guess myself a lot. I second guess my thoughts a lot, you know? And so sometimes I'm like, let me follow this because I can see that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go with this because I know if I go over here, I know that door gonna lead to that and I know the next step.
Right.
But it's getting beyond that for me. And so when you think about like a woman who was told by Naomi, go back to your family, that's what you know.
Yeah.
You know, if something happens, God forbid, most women, you gonna go to who? Your family.
Your family.
She followed a stranger.
Yeah.
Her in-law.
Right.
So how did you see something better in your in-law than you saw in your own family? You know? And then the other thing, what I think about too is this lady knew that she could bake this bread, this flour and oil. It was enough for her and her kids. And then whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
But you a complete stranger.
Yeah.
God sent you and told you, the prophecy was to Elijah.
Right.
You're going to meet a widow.
Right.
But she didn't get that same prophecy.
Okay, so how about here's it's the obedience for me.
That's what it said.
It's like, I'm like, it's the obedience for me. Like, you know.
But obedience to who? Because she didn't get the prophecy.
Right.
So she had to trust.
She had to trust.
She had to trust.
I guess I look at it as like,
I mean, unless I read it wrong.
No, she had to trust, but it's like, but she also had to do it so that she could be a blessing to the man of God, right?
She had to obey.
I guess I'm looking at it like in a sense of, when I'm saying the people, you know, okay, you say what's your favorite scripture, and I'm gonna tell them what's your favorite scripture. Shall men give unto my bosom?
That's my favorite scripture. That's my favorite scripture, y'all. Just type in, shall men give unto your bosom?
Yes,
yes, that's my favorite scripture.
Good measures, pressed down, shaken together.
And it says give.
Yeah, give.
Because I'd like to be a giver.
Yes, so you are a giver.
I am a giver.
And so you look for that return, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if I look for it, but I trust God for it.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is the obedience part, right? Like, it's like people can make a decision to do it or not.
True.
Right? But if somebody's holding the keys to your house, I'm like, God, I'm praying for their obedience. You see what I'm saying when I say obedience?
Yes.
Like that's the difference. Are you going to trust and then are you going to obey?
True.
Because I can believe you and still not do it.
And not do it.
Right?
Yeah.
I believe people believe all day that paying tithes is right. That don't mean they do it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's the trust and the
obey.
obedience.
Okay, I get it now.
Because if I got the keys to your house, I got it already.
True.
God is telling me to do it, and I believe this house belongs to you.
True.
But until I give you them keys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Until you obey.
Until you obey. So it's the obedience.
And you know what? It's so funny the way you just put it. It's like the Bible tells you to pay tithes. People believe it, but that don't mean they obey and do it.
But then, I don't know. But then it goes back to, do you really believe it? Because if you did believe it.
That's why I said trust.
Yeah, trust.
Because it be times, and it's funny not to get off subject, but it's time with tithes where I be like, ooh. But God, if I pay that bill, then, you know, or that's due. Right. But I trust you. And I think because.
But then wait, don't leave it right there, because what happens when you do that?
It all works out. It all comes together.
It all
There's
comes
more than
together.
enough. And the math don't be mathing, you guys, but it all comes together.
Yeah.
And her and I talk about this
Yeah.
a lot, like on our regular lives.
The increase.
The increase.
The overflow.
The overflow.
The shall men give unto your bosom.
Yeah.
The phone calls.
Yeah.
That just say, hey, what's your Cash App?
Yeah.
What's your
Zelle?
What's your Zelle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because 20 years ago.
Yes.
What?
20 years ago. Imagine
20 years
that.
ago.
Yeah.
Because wait, what?
Or let me tell you how one time I called someone and was like, didn't expect nothing, didn't want nothing. Just called and say, I just saw a PT Cruiser. And it reminded me of how we used to be with no air.
No.
And I was told, what's your Zelle?
Aww.
And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm just calling to say this took ma'am back to how we all used to be before these days.
Yeah.
And they don't know how they blessed me, but it was like, because I'm mom. I'm calling to say, y'all remember when?
Yeah.
Y'all remember when?
Right.
We ain't have no air.
Mm-hmm. Y'all ever had a car with no air? In Arizona?
I've had several.
My first car. I told my kids the other day, oh my God, Katie got her license.
Oh, yeah.
Caitlin got her license.
Oh,
that's my 16-year-old, guys.
Shava.
Okay, wait. So
I'm so exciting. Wait.
I know. It is exciting.
It's exciting.
Yes, because she's a good girl.
She is.
She's a good girl.
She is.
And she does really well. Like she's very
responsible.
Strategic. And mom, I was supposed to have my license by this day. And I was like, girl, what if I got you a car with no air?
She's very ambitious.
But I said, what if I got you a car with no air?
And what'd she say?
Well, I can't have no car with no air in Arizona.
You know,
I'm like, I did. Would you rather be walking?
These are modern day.
Yes, they different.
They modern. They different. We just wanted the car.
Yeah, we just wanted the car. So we was rolling windows down.
45.
Yes,
what I called them.
Yes. Okay, got off track a little bit. But
so
I really enjoyed this episode.
Yes.
Just based off of some of the things that we found out about these ladies that I ain't gonna say that we didn't know, but it kind of brought it to the forefront to
I didn't know that we lady.
That we can that we can identify with, right? So things, and I think in the different stages of life that we're in, we're able to even more bring it out. Like, oh wow! So for me, it was Esther using her voice for such a time as this, and speaking her truth.
So. I think for me, it was trust. Just trust the process. Trust.
Yeah.
And I think like for me, it's so funny because you definitely have made me see the obedience piece.
Yeah.
You know, not just trust, but obey.
Obey.
Yeah. So I really like this episode. I'm glad that you challenged us to do this. It reminds me of when we did Mary and Martha.
I know. I'm still talking about Mary and Martha.
Yeah. It reminds me of that. And I'm encouraging everyone.
Yeah.
You guys, put your description in ChatGPT and let it tell you who you are and ask it to compare you to the women of the Bible. It was so many women I didn't even know about.
But don't just get the information. Go and read their story.
No, read their story.
Yeah.
Go to the scripture. Because I think mine was in King and then the other one was in Ruth. So those are the scriptures mine came from. King. I think it was First King. And then Ruth, of course, the book of Ruth.
It'll give you the scriptures.
Yeah, it will.
So go to the scriptures and read them. Read about those women and then see how they compare to you.
Yeah.
And then tell us.
Yeah.
Pop it in the chat. Tell us if call us, because some of y'all be calling us.
No, tell us in the chat, because even when we were sitting here right now, one of the people who work in the studios with us, she did it. And she was like, she said, I'm Deborah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And it made perfect sense.
But it's so funny because it caught her off guard.
Right, because who is Deborah?
She said that.
Yes.
And we sitting there talking about he didn't drove the nail.
I'm like,
that ain't even her. That's Jael.
Yeah.
Listen, Jael was a part of the story too.
She was a part of the story.
Yeah, she was a part of the story too.
Oh, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed our episode tonight.
Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Definitely that.
Yeah. And let us know what you guys think. Are you guys ready for more guests?
Yeah.
We definitely are.
Yes.
We are.
We're ready.
More guests.
Yeah, we are.
And you see, we're rocking our red and our hearts for
hearts.
Valentine's month, or Lovers Month, or Love Month. Make sure you guys enjoy.
Yeah.
Call someone and tell them you love them.
Aw.
Check on your friends.
Your strong friends.
You're so funny. That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Bye, guys.